Assalamu alaikum. I'm Shafina, joined with the lovely Naseem, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into this week's topic, which I'm really excited about. And that is Zakat, charity.
Yep. Yep. It's a big one. It's obviously one of the five pillars. You've got Sadqa, you've got Zakat, you've got Lillah, you've got all the like different things. And then on top of that, it's just meant to be right. Because obviously, like I was talking to you about it the other day. Oh, by the way, Assalamu alaikum, welcome everyone. Just dived right in there. Welcome to the Road of Happiness today. I'm really excited about today's topic. So basically, what we're learning as we're going through the different sort of in-depth study on charity is that the biggest sort of ethos and thinking is the money that's in your bank account, Allah put it there. The car that you drive, Allah gave it you. The house that you live in, Allah gave it you. So all of this is a loan from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what we do with it is Allah Ta'ala is watching what we do with it. So who we feed in our house, who we pick up and drop off in our car, who we go and help, what we go and see. So the amenities and the money, the rizq, the different house, car, whatever Allah has given us, what we've done with that to gain reward in hereafter, what it's all about. But the actual official zakat amount is 2.5%. So if you have money sat in your account from last April to this April, let's say money's not shifted or moved, it's still there for a whole year, that's what you pay your 2.5 zakat on. And on top of that, you've got that on your gold and silver, your jewelry, and like any business profits and stuff like that as well. I'm pretty sure like everything that's money that's under your wing, 2.5% should be going up.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm glad that we have this topic because there's certain things that I've learned recently as well. So I was calculating at the moment time of this, it's Ramadan, the last day. But I was calculating the weighing up of the gold and silver. And then some websites I've seen that they ask you to put which carat it is, right? Which carat, if it's 9, 18, 22, or 24, something like that, right? Those numbers. And then I was speaking to my aunt about just letting her know what I was doing. And then she was just like, oh, by the way, you can have 7 dollars that is like exempt. And then after that, you get counted for. Now, and I was like, what is that? So then she said to me, a tola is 11.6 grams, around that much. So then I thought 7 dollars, from what I calculated, I remember it was like 81.2 grams or something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you can have that much weight in, I don't know if it's gold and silver, basically that many grams. And then
I've heard of that as well before. I'm not sure if it's, obviously if someone's listening, speak to a scholar, make sure you get it right. But I think it's like what you wear every day, like your everyday bangles, your everyday rings, everyday jewelry. There's no zakat on because you wear that every day. But it's like what you've got surplus that you pay zakat on.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you can check which way it is. And this is the thing, we're always learning, right? We're always learning. We're always trying to figure things out. My aunt has a lot of jewelry. That's her passion, I guess you want to call it. That is, she doesn't have shoes, clothes, and handbags. It's jewelry. So for her, and it's all real. And so yeah, she explained the whole 7 dollars thing. And I guess when I weighed it out, 80 grams seems like something you'd weigh every day anyway. If you wore gold every day, it was like a smaller amount, which is something you can just manage. So that probably makes sense. Whichever way is more correct. Please go and speak to a scholar. Like we mentioned, we're not like scholars here or perfect people, but it's just to know, it's good to know that that bit is you're exempt. Like, that's like and it makes sense. It's quite logical. So you've got what you need, but anything extra, you've got to like account for it. I'm just grateful. I know it sounds terrible, but I was like, oh my God, astaghfirullah, if I had to be accountable for the shoes and clothes I have.
I think you are still accountable. You don't have to pay zakat on them.
Yeah.
You
I
still
am
have
accountable. I have to question it. Yeah.
yeah.
However, I was just, as I mentioned before this call, it's explaining how many shoes I'm getting rid of and how many things, my brother was saying there's a Salvation Army or something and you can just donate stuff there. So I was like, okay, it's kind of going somewhere. And then, so yeah, I'm trying to do better with it and try not to buy too many things. So the other thing is, okay, so I was doing my calculations and talking about all my stories, and then I had the assumption, this is something I learned recently. I had the assumption that zakat you've got to pay in Ramadan. So do you want to speak more about that?
Yeah, so what money you give in Ramadan, whatever money you give in Ramadan is obviously going to have higher reward rate because you're giving in the month of Ramadan. But as far as I'm led to believe, again, check with your scholar or who you speak to, you can pay it monthly. I personally pay mine monthly.
Okay.
Um, so my zakat was already paid for this year because I've been paying since last year. And then any extra that I've given in sadaqah and all that kind of stuff, like the orphan marriage project I was telling you about, that we help orphans get married in Pakistan. So we have, if anybody's seen the link, we have like about £500 to go. So let's say, please give it a little bit more push so we can get to a target of 10K. And that's a really beautiful project because orphans don't have parents, don't have anybody helping them to get married. And the whole thing is, so basically we give like 500 pounds of UK money, which is a lot of money in Pakistan. Money is big amount, and obviously now it's even bigger. The exchange rate is even kind of, there's a much bigger gap. So she gets a sewing machine, a washing machine, an iron. She gets suitcases, clothes, shoes, pots and pans, bedding, anything she wants basically. And that's like that money is there to give to her to get what she needs. So without having parents, she's got things to like set up a home and start her life, and they find a match for her. And then there's actually, it's really quite sweet. If you've shared the link, and we'll share the link as well, is poor people coming to the wedding as well. So the people that don't have food can come and eat to the wedding as well. It is beautiful. So
Okay.
that's an amazing project.
So you literally just jumped in there from thingy, and I don't know if the viewers may missed what you actually were saying. So basically, in short, have you set this up? That's what I
I'm
want.
I'm part of a charity called Well Foundation. So it's like a group of businesses that came
Okay.
together. Yeah,
So a group of businesses have come together. They're called Well Foundation.
yeah,
And the particular charity, because I'm just going to share, like, well, I want to speak about this clearly so people
yeah,
can understand.
yeah.
So the particular charity is to do with orphans.
No, the main thing is Well Foundation, which is water. Um,
Okay.
so the Well Foundation is providing clean water, but they do like eye operations, and obviously they do my project. There's many things that they do. I think they did like a whole food packaging, but they collaborated with like 6, 7 other charities to get masses of food out to people in war-torn places and all that kind of stuff. So, but it's a group of businesses that will, you pay your full 100% donation, they will fly and stay in Pakistan at their own expense, and the money is fully used for the project.
Okay. So basically, did you request to them to set up this project?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, okay, right. So Well Foundation as a hub have all these other sort of things, projects going on. You've come to forward as a business, well, as your business saying, I want to set up this particular charity.
Mm-hmm.
And in particular, you chose
This
Orphan.
project, it's not a charity. The charity is Well Foundation.
Okay, Well
I'm
Foundation and that
within the hub,
project.
so mine's the project. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, okay, so basically the Orphan project of getting, so the project is getting orphans married,
Yes.
which makes sense because you're passionate about matching people anyway.
Yeah.
And orphans, no one ever thinks that, okay, we think to feed them, but also, which obviously is a wonderful thing to do, to educate and feed them. And the other thing is for them to be able to get married. And no one ever thinks that they're going
Half
to
the
need
team,
some
yeah.
money.
Half the team.
Yeah, half their deen, they're gonna need some money to get married, or set up stuff to get married. So the donation that gets given to this project, that gets spent on giving them supplies
Mm-hmm.
and actual the marriage process as well.
Everything from A to Z.
Everything. Wow. Okay. So this is a really, really awesome project. And to be honest, when you sent me the link this Ramadan, I was like, I had some zakat left money, like money to pay off still. And I just put it in there. And I thought it's such a beautiful project as well, because why not people? Why can't they get the same life that, everyone deserves that kind of life? And we don't ever think that's a thing. So that's an awesome project that you have put together, because I don't think anyone else has ever thought about it before. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you know anything else, let me know. So and then yeah, I'll put the link in the description so people can uh send some more. So do you have successful, I know it's a bit off topic, but are there successful matches out there? for the
Yeah,
orphans?
I think there's someone out there that looks after it. So I think so far there's so basically in the orphanage I went to visit when I went with my
Yeah,
dad, and basically they put the girl's name on a leaf. So there's a tree in the foyer, and
yeah.
each girl that got married, they put her name on a leaf to say that she used to be here. So the last time I checked, there was like 127 girls that had gotten married, and they had a name on a leaf to say that they'd left the orphanage to go and get married. So that was quite nice.
Okay, and where do they find these husbands?
So in Pakistan, there's orphanages all over the place. So when I went to Pakistan in Lahore with
Mm,
my dad, we visited two girl orphanages and two boy orphanages. We got them all talking to say that, look, talk to each other. If there's going to be matches, if a boy becomes of age, try and get him a job. If a girl's become of age, try and get her a husband. So either she's educated, they can get her forward to getting educated. And if she's not educated, hence the reason why we offer the washing machine, sewing machine, iron, so she can iron, sew, and wash to like make a living.
mm.
So yeah, so that's like where the project started back in 2010.
2010. Wow, mashallah. So that's like what, 13 years?
Yeah,
Amazing, amazing. So, and that's zakat, like
yeah,
you,
yeah. It's
yeah.
eligible. We did the research on it. You can give
Mm.
zakat, but it's eligible for zakat because for an orphan to have a companion, it's a need. To get married is a need. It's not a want. It's not an option.
Okay, no, that's really good. Mashallah, alhamdulillah. So, okay, so with zakat, so again, it's 2.5%. And what I did check online when I was doing mine is that it's on the money that's in the bank, it's any cash that you have. Even now, they've added if you've got crypto, if you've got bonds or whatever, and yeah, business things that goes on there. But also at the same time, it asks you if you've got any debts. So if you've got any personal loans, if you owe anyone money, you can put that in and it kind of like automatically calculates it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I was obviously I didn't do it monthly, so this time when I had it, it was a bit of a shock. So if anyone's watching or listening, and maybe it's okay, like I don't know if it's been emphasized, everyone grows up differently and things like that. And sometimes we're not taught this stuff in school. So it's important to learn and to always continue to learn and seek the knowledge and as you go along your journey. So if you're one that maybe hasn't quite got the grasp of zakat, then you're meant to give money or you're meant to give charity or something, but actually just getting a bit more clear on the calculations and just making sure that you're paying enough. You don't want to be short of what you own. So that's something I would just recommend. There's plenty of websites and things that do the calculations for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. And one good one is the God Foundation. It's another good one. So if people Google the God Foundation, I'm sure they have a calculator on there.
Is that the National Zakat Foundation?
Yeah, it's a red logo. Yeah.
Have you seen the latest advert?
No.
Check it out.
All right. Okay.
I did an advert for them.
All right. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Apparently it's live. Someone mentioned to me, they're like, oh, I see you on the TV channel. But anyway, they're very lovely people.
They are. They're amazing. I've done some work with
Yeah.
them before.
Oh, how funny. That's so cool. We're all connected. It's such a small world. This is yeah, so I did that. Anyway, but yeah, so that one funds people in the UK.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, from what I know of. It's just because
Yeah, we did help a homeless person through the God Foundation. So yeah.
yeah, they're really good. And okay, and the other thing is, okay, so you've got zakat, which is the charity that you're meant to give on the 2.5%, right?
Yeah, that's your must. You have to give that.
Must. Okay. Now, if you don't pay it, what happens?
It's part of the five pillars. It's you, to be purified, your money to be purified, you do need to give it. Yeah. Because if
And
you
I
don't have it, you don't
I
have
always
it. You don't have it.
I always have the thing where sorry, I keep getting phone calls. I will have to attend to them after. I always I was just saying I always feel like if when you give more, when you give, you get receive more. So
Oh, definitely. Without a shadow of a doubt.
yeah, and there's
Comes
blessings
from
in that.
nowhere. You don't even know where that money's coming from, mashallah.
Yeah. So the other thing I was gonna say is the sadqa and lillah.
Mm-hmm.
Explain more about that. I'm not as educated on
That's
that.
volunteer charity, so that's volunteering. So it's giving more than what Allah Ta'ala says minimum is 2.5, but if you give more than that, every time you give, because basically what you're doing is you're giving the money back to Allah that Allah gave you. You're giving it back, and you're making the world around you a better place. So you're helping others with that money. So you, all of us, we drive nice cars, we live in nice homes, we have money in the bank, we can eat whatever we want. As I was saying to you, in I think one of the chats we were having, we're in the 5% of the richest people in the world. That 5%, if you had an own home, own car, can eat what you want, and you live in safety, and basically you can pretty much spend what you on anything that you need, you're in the 5% of the richest people in the world. So if you have that money, like one of the girls that got matched recently, she just finished a double master, so she got a really good job, and she's like, you know what, mashallah, I've recently started paying my prayer, so it's really good to pray my fajr in the morning, and I leave for the house half an hour early so I can catch my train, but I got this unlimited coffee membership, and my dad was like slagging me off, saying like, why do you need unlimited coffee? And she's like, Dad, leave me alone, I just want to get it. And basically she goes, what she does is she looks for a homeless person to give coffee or a hot sandwich every morning before she jumps on the train. And she's like, it's just I do my salah, and then I do my good deed every day, and then my day just goes better. So I thought it was just a beautiful story. And she actually shared it with like one of the matches that she had, and he's like, oh my God, and then he had a story similar, another coffee story, and they just connected on that. And mashallah, I think after Eid the parents are meeting. So
Mashallah.
how again, to share what you want. Like even in the masjid, they're like, oh, shut this money. But I'm actually really glad. So in our masjid, they've got like a card machine in the hallway. So when I'm passing by, I just swipe my card and pay what I want, like when I go to pray, do my prayers. So it's there. You can just give, and you just give quietly if you want to give quietly. But from a charity perspective, you should give, and by example, to show others that, if you encourage them to give, you get the reward. Like if I sent you that link, you gave, inshallah, I'm part of that reward of like that Orphan project that I'm running. And we gave, so we give from packages that we sell at work. We give a donation to that charity as well to keep it running as well. So, but yeah, alhamdulillah, it's all connected in terms of your zakat. So your actual initial question, sorry, I digress. You were saying sadaqah and lillah. So sadaqah is just helping someone, like I was using the coffee shop story as, it doesn't have to be money. It could be sandwich, it could be coffee, it could be helping somebody out, it could be checking on a neighbor. But if you have the money and you're able to give money, like for example, one of the times I went to Pakistan, my dad took me to a house that's not too far away from where we lived in Pakistan, and there was 20 people living in this house, and it had no bathroom. So my dad took me with them and said, look, we're going to build a bathroom over here for these guys. This family live in this very small house. So my dad and I funded like this bathroom, so it's shower, bathroom, and everything for this family who would never be able to afford to do that. So it's like looking at extreme poverty and having my dad around. So I remember we were on a bus. He never used to take me on a bus, but he took me on this bus once, and he goes, just want you to experience, because we would always drive by. We'd have a driver anytime we went to Pakistan. And so I'm on the inside at the window, and like all these people are on, like you see on the movies with their chickens and different things. It's like very weird experience for me. And then we stopped at this bus stop where all these kids came on to start selling oranges and ice lollies and all this kind of stuff. And a bear, and whatever. And my dad like took out like 10,000 rupees and gave this kid like buy some more oranges, feed your family. And I'm like, it goes, so somebody who's doing this, who's put together very small little money, he's bought like 6 oranges, he's put them on this tray. If we give him money, he's going to go and buy more oranges, and he's going to feed his parents, his grandparents, whoever else lives in that home with him. Like, think about that, like when you're giving. So the charity thing, I think, is just from a very young age. Like my dad is like being big on charity, and I think I've just been influenced by that a lot. But sadaqah is what you give. So there, like my dad gave the 10,000 to the kid for his oranges. That's just sadaqah. So give something to help somebody else out, or waive somebody's debt. If somebody owes you money, they can't afford to pay, waive it and say, look, it's cool. You don't owe it me anymore. You don't have to worry about paying it back. So sadaqah and lillah are like acts of kindness that you can do, extra money that you can give, be it small, consistent every day, like it's buying somebody a coffee every day, or it's something big like helping a family get a bathroom bill, or an extra wing of the house bill, or just something, food. Like for example, I actually didn't do that this month. I'm quite sad. I used to be part of like a food project, and they used to get like a bag of rice, a bag of flour, oil, spices, and everything, and then sent to houses so they could like have open iftar and a seri for a whole month, like food for a whole month. That was a really good project. I don't know why I never got the link for it this year. But yeah, so that's what Sadqa and Lila is. Just extra stuff that you do, that you're banking for the hereafter, basically.
Wow. No, it's made me a little bit emotional just thinking about all these things, because as you're talking, you're thinking of all these things that you can do, or things that um that you've possibly done, but I didn't count it as anything. Does that make sense? I don't know if you have to have an intention. That would be really, I don't know if that would be weird to just,
Intention to please Allah, yeah. Privately to yourself, yeah.
yeah.
If you have done something, you say, look, ya Allah, I did that for the sake of you. When you in your private du'as and your prayers, you can speak to Allah about it.
Okay. No, that's a really beautiful thing. And this is the thing, and it makes you feel good. The fact that you're just like, oh, I didn't get to that food project, because it feels good to give that time, and then it makes you feel warm inside, like, yeah, they got food for a month and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, I'm really big on the orphans and definitely the water. So it's just nice to know that I didn't know the Well Foundation was to do with, like, it made sense now. I get there in the end. So that's a big thing for me. And then also orphans, because I just think they have no one, and it's nice to be able to do things for them and stuff. So I think it's like really sweet. I don't know, I'm getting so emotional, but this is the thing. So in order to have more, you give, you do charity. Zakat is one of the 5 pillars, so it's like mandatory, must for Muslims. And it feels there's so much richness in it. I guess obviously for the next life, or like hereafter, and then also the fact of just how you feel, just generally how your day goes, how things go, and everything's so much better. I sort of feel that, I guess, completing my zakat, I don't know, I feel that things I'm asking for, certain things I think are just gonna happen because I'm trying to fix everything else, like you just kind of go on this journey. It's really beautiful, and I like that. So we'll put the link of the charity with the orphan marriages in the
Mhm.
description.
Yeah.
That's a really sweet, sweet project.
And thank you in advance for anybody who does donate. Thank you in advance. It's not all your project, by the way. It's not just for Ramadan. So we match people all year long, and we get the weddings and everything paid for, and the gifts and all that done. So, and the money goes to Just Giving. So it's handled by Ofsted. So it's all done official above board. It doesn't go to anybody's bank account. It goes to Just Giving, and from Just Giving, it has to be released to the charity to go off and do the work. So, and if you go to the Well Foundation website, you'll see they've got photograph, images, videos of the work, and testimonials of people that they've helped. So go in and watch it, and so you can actually see the evidence of the money that's spent.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. I love it.
And do put the link in for Well Foundation as well. So basically that they'll be tagging Well Foundation. I think that'll be important as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. We'll definitely do that, inshallah. Just trying to think, that's all the topics that we've covered: zakat, sadqa, lillah, and also charity doesn't, like we mentioned, it's not always just money.
A
It's like,
smile is charity, right? We've covered that before. Yeah,
yeah,
smile
definitely.
is charity. So even just giving somebody a loving, caring hand, and just checking on their day, just making sure they're all right. Big reward for it.
Alhamdulillah. All right, I think we'll leave it here.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'll see you
beautiful.
on the other side of Eid. The moon sighting is going to happen tonight. Let's see if it's going to be Eid Friday or Saturday. That's the big debate that's going on just now.
It's always the debate.
Isn't it? Moon sighting or Saudi, what are they going to do? But inshallah. And I think our masjid said they're going to do telescope and the discovery in Dundee, Dundee Conservatory or something. They're going to check tonight. So Maghrib will know if it's going to be Eid tomorrow or not today. So that's quite exciting. So yeah.
eating in
inshallah.
the daytime.
Yeah, no, that's it. And I've made an intention to keep the 6 fasts of Shawwal this year. So make sure you're on my case, and so I've got a month to keep six. And
Okay.
I do want to keep them this year, may Allah Ta'ala, because then you get the reward of the whole year.
I
So you don't
wanted to ask about that. Is it 6 in a row or is it 6 in the month of Shawwal?
six in the month of Shawwal.
Oh, I learned something new.
Yeah.
I'm doing it too. I've done it once, but I did it in a row and I was like, it's so hard to do it in a row.
It's so hard outside of Ramadan to fast. I'm not going to lie to you. Ramadan fast, shaitan is locked away. Allah Ta'ala makes it so easy for us. So after Ramadan, it'll get considerably harder. But yeah, any 6 in the month of Shawwal, and then you get the fasting, like you get the reward for the whole year. Like it's like you fasted for 12 months.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Days might be different to yours, but I'm down. Let's do it. Now that I know I
Yeah,
don't have to do them consecutively in a row,
yeah,
I'll do it. Let's go. I'm
yeah,
excited.
yeah. Excited to do
Thank
that.
you for sharing that information.
No, you're welcome. Like I don't know why random stuff comes out of my head as I'm
I
talking.
appreciate it. It's good random stuff. You've educated me on something because I was unsure, and maybe someone else is watching this. They're just like, oh, I didn't know that as well. Maybe they'll watch this on the Tuesday that it's coming out, and they might join us in Shawwal as well.
Inshallah. Yeah, inshallah. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. But listen, I will catch you on the other side of Eid. I'm looking forward to next episode next Tuesday. So we've got some exciting topics planned. So excited for all of that. I hope you have a lovely time with your family and Eid, relax, enjoy. And yeah, feel good that you've done your zakat and you're doing your sadaqah, everything. You've got your ducks in a row. So it's a good feeling to sort of end Ramadan with as much as you can possibly do, right?
Yeah, definitely. Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
Assalamu alaikum. Take care.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to listen to this podcast. If you found this beneficial, give this video a like and hit the subscribe button to be notified for the next episode.